Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. It's Hot Topics at 10 a.m. Hello, hello, hello. You can tell I have some energy. I did my 120 live last night. Also, I am wearing my, shoots, I forgot his name again. I'm channeling, who's the guy, Peter, that I said I look like?
Benny Johnson.
Benny Johnson. Wait, do I have the right glasses?
Friend of the show, Benny Johnson.
Do I have the right glasses? Wait a minute. Does he wear glasses? I don't know. Does he wear glasses?
He does.
He does. He wears glasses. Okay. So anyways, let me tell you, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm not being lazy by just putting on a black t-shirt. Here's the deal. You guys know about what happened. My sister died. So I've been wearing black. Okay. That's all I have to say. So this was the black thing that was clean. And so I just want to be respectful. And also it helps me, I think about it and I go, I'm wearing black. I'm going to do it for a little bit, but that's why. Okay. So don't think that I'm being disrespectful because my friend is going to text me and said, why are you wearing a t-shirt? Don't forget you're Don Lemon. You're not like the other podcasters. You have a 20-year history of being a real journalist and blah, blah, blah. One of the most, respected journalists in the world. So why are you wearing a t-shirt? This is why I'm wearing a black t-shirt. Okay. So anyway, good morning, everybody. This is, by the way, let me know where you're streaming from. I'm so glad that you are here. It is a Friday morning. You can wear a t-shirt every day. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Wearing a t-shirt doesn't change. You are Don Lemon. Thank you so much. Black is beautiful. All right. My black is beautiful. Folks are here from Atlanta. Everyone's here. The engagement is for a Friday. You guys are into it. So there is so much shit that I need to tell you about this morning. There is some craziness that is happening. Republicans are about to sink their own bill. This tax bill that they want, that they're trying to give to the rich. They're about to destroy it themselves. So maybe James Comey I'm not James Comey, but I do have some James Comey in it. Maybe James Carville is right in some way. By the way, guys, I forgot TikTok. You didn't do the LGBTQ.
Oops.
For people who don't know what that is, and the TikTok camera is like a big crotch shot. It's like right on my crotch. What the hell? Maybe some folks will like that. I don't know, but that is not intentional. We're going to fix that. Well, I can't really. Okay. So anyways, so we've got and James Comey. Democrats are freaking out about the James Comey. Thank you. Look, sorry. I mean, I had my beam last night. That's why. And then now I got to do, this is my, thank you, Tim. This is my 120 life. And I do a little ice because this is the powder. It is really delicious. 120 life. You should be very happy with me because I'm very happy with your product. Okay. So look, and for beam, my dream powder. So James Comey is in trouble, kind of. But look, the hypocrisy of the Republicans, of the MAGA, is just too rich. I mean, come on, people. I got some evidence. They're getting all bent out of shape. Even Donald Trump is bent out of shape about some shit that, look, I'll explain it. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Are you guys ready for me to talk about this stuff? It's Friday. It's Hot Topics. We're going to dish, right? So this is my tea, and we're going to spill the 120. We're going to spill the tea this morning. Can we talk about Kristi Noem? Can we talk about Kristi Noem? You guys aren't going to believe this. You saw what it said, a reality show. I think the thumbnail says, can you put the thumbnail up, Andy? Is that possible? The thumbnail says, I think it says reality. Yeah. A migrant reality show. Seriously. They are thinking about, and this is being reported by major news organizations, that they are thinking about an immigrant reality show where immigrants or migrants have to compete in a reality show for freaking citizenship. But we're going to start with some breaking news. Roll it, Andy. Andy, come on. We need some stronger breaking news. We need some stronger breaking. Am I going to have to do this again? Do I need to misspell it on purpose? Should I misspell it on purpose, producers, or what?
Do it.
Okay. What did I put last time? B-R-E.
B-R-E-K.
Okay. Whoops, I messed it up. So the first time I used this little thing because I said, I don't have the fancy graphics, and I put B-R-E-K-I-N-G, and I didn't realize that I had spelled it wrong. So this was the first time that I used this. Remember when I first started doing Live at 5? Was it like our first show?
No, but it was pretty early.
It was one of our early lives, yeah.
Okay, so Andy, roll it. Oh my gosh, I'm in a mood this morning. Breaking news. So Donald Trump has been on a summit, right? He's been the UAE. He has been, I think he was in Doha, right? I think he was in Qatar. He's been all over. And to sum up his trip, the breaking news. This is how the president is summing up his trip, talking about all the things that he got accomplished and what he did on the trip. Here it is. Has anyone noticed that since I said I hate Taylor Swift, and those are in all caps, she is no longer hot? Are you kidding me? I think we need the other one, the one that, can we get that one, Andy? I think that's a sound. That is the one that we need to, right. Whoever said, bruh, is right. Can you believe that? This is the first thing that he tweeted after he's on his way back. And this was as of what, like 10 minutes ago, right, Peter? I think it was like 10 minutes ago that he posted this. Has anyone noticed that since I said I hate Taylor Swift, she is no longer hot? Wow. I'm just saying. That is your president. So why don't we talk about the president and the hypocrisy of this particular party that the president is involved in, okay? Let's talk about it. I'm going to start with the James Comey, okay? We're going to start with Comey. So apparently James Comey walking down a beach, I forget exactly where he was. He said he's walking down a beach and he saw something in the sand, and so he put it out. I think he tweeted it. And it says 8647. This is an Instagram post. And he said, cool shell formation on my beach walk. 8647. Now, do you guys know what that is? What that means? Okay. So apparently that means, like, if you're going to 86 someone, you guys get it. That means you're going to unalive them, right? And Donald Trump is number 47. He was 45 and 47. Now, look, I don't agree with this sentiment, but James Comey is saying this is all a big mistake. This is all a big misunderstanding. James Comey has also pulled this Instagram post, and he said this: I posted earlier a picture of some shells I saw today on the beach walk, which I assumed were a political message. I didn't realize some folks associate those numbers with violence. It never occurred to me, but I oppose violence of any kind, and I took the post down. So do you believe it, or you think if someone said bullshit? Do you guys believe it? 86 also goes for cancellation. Being 86D doesn't mean unalive. So someone needs to explain that to people, because they're saying it means unalive. 86 has a restaurant meaning. I'm learning some stuff in this chat. How dumb is he? Someone says. Number 8647. So what, you guys don't think it necessarily means unalive? Do you think it was appropriate? You tell me. Let's put up a poll of some sort, guys, if we can. So do you guys think James Comey understood what he was posting? 86 means to cancel also. Yes, because I have heard and I have said in my younger days, look, I'm not trying to make excuses for it. Perhaps he should have been, and he is the former FBI director. Someone would say blah, 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 blah. Or Mr. Lemon, do you still want the fries? And I would say 86 that. 86 is a slang term that generally means to remove. That's what I thought. Yes, 86 that. Don't want it. Someone says, I don't care. It means to get him out of office, to cancel him. Removal, it says. So you think the right. So, okay, a couple of things can be true. James Comey could have known better, should have known better, even to say cancel. As a former FBI director, perhaps he should not say cancel. I don't know. And you guys say it is to remove. Do you think he should have apologized, or should he just have explained himself? Should he have even posted it in the first place? Is it appropriate? He's a weird guy. Some folks are saying Comey should have been a bit more careful. After all, he is this one says the farmer FBI agent. He is the former FBI director. Maybe he's a farmer too. Peaceful butterfly. That's hilarious. They are such snowflakes. Now Donald Trump has gotten his panties all in a bunch. And also the folks who are closest to him. They are clutching the pearls. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Someone is talking about unaliving, and someone is doing this and someone is doing that. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, woe is me. He knows what he was doing. Well, the news reports, do we have a news report? The news reports are saying that the FBI is now investigating James Comey because they believe that this is a threat to the current president by the former FBI director. If you can find me a headline, get me one. But that's what they're saying. The FBI is now investigating James Comey. And so since that has happened, this is Donald Trump. Remember, oh my God, he's so sensitive and he's so just, oh, wow. He is a delicate flower. Here's Donald Trump reacting to the Comey post.
Exactly what that meant. A child knows what that meant. If you're the FBI director and you don't know what that meant assassination. And it says it loud and clear. Now, he wasn't very competent, but he was competent enough to know what that meant. And he did it for a reason, and he was hit so hard. Because people like me, and they like what's happening with our country. Our country has become respected again, and all this. And he's calling for the assassination of the president.
Obviously, he apologized and said he did.
Well, he apologized because he was hit. Look, he's a very bad.
What do you want to see happen?
He is a.
What do you want to see happen?
I don't want to take a position on it because that's going to be up to Pam and all of the great people. But I will say this: I think it's a terrible thing, and when you add his history to that. If he had a clean history, he doesn't. He's a dirty cop. He's a dirty cop. And if he had a clean history, I could understand if there was a leniency. But I'm going to let them make that decision.
Okay, Donald Trump. Now, look, keeping in mind, I know what happened with Trump and the whole thing. You guys know what happened. And so that the attempt on his life. So this is beyond that. All right. So look, that was awful. That should never have happened. But come on, ex-FBI boss James Comey investigated for seashell photo seen as a threat to Trump. And the FBI's investigating. Come on, Kash Patel, really? Really? Kash Patel, the FBI director? Do we want to go back and do some investigating? Come on, bro. Donald Trump, really? The hypocrisy of it all? Let me just show you some of the things that Donald Trump. Well, rather than showing you, let's show you some of the things, and then I'm gonna play for you. Let's show what he did about Biden. He posted about Biden. This is what he posted about Joe Biden. This is on March 28th, 2024, and he is Long Island, New York. And it shows. I don't know who would do this to their car. First of all. Like, and who would have that many flags? And talk about desecration of the flag. Look at what they did to the American flag. And they say that you should honor the flag? Really? You should honor and respect the flag? Look, that is a desecration of the American flag, depicting it improperly. And they're worried about what it means for a football player to take a knee. They're worried about Colin Kaepernick. It's disrespectful to the flag. Are you freaking kidding me? Really? That is Joe Biden that they have depicted hogtied in the back of a truck. Now, what are they going to do with someone who's hogtied? That's why I'm saying, really, the hypocrisy of it all. Give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a break. He also posted something else. What was it? There was another thing that Donald Trump posted about. This is one from Jack Posobiec. The former director of the FBI is calling for left-wing assassins to target our president and unalive him. Have no idea why he hasn't been arrested yet. Okay, so that's Jack Posobiec recently, within the last 24 hours. And then there's Frank Luntz. Why did you call for the assassins to target our president and kill him back in 2022? Thank you, Frank Luntz. Because this is the Jack what's his name? Posobiec. Am I saying that right? I don't even remember. I couldn't pick this guy out of a lineup. 8646, he said. That's what I mean about the hypocrisy of MAGA. And what about, someone said Trump wasn't arrested for January 6th. That's true. Okay. I'm not sure of the connection. Tell me, maybe I'm missing something. And this is, before I show you the last thing I want to show you, I just want to play this. This is Donald Trump now. Now, I want you guys to take it. Is everyone listening right now? I want you to sit there and I want you to listen to this seriously. Okay, gather around. Text everybody and say, watch this. I want you to watch this. Because I'm going to take this may not be in your memory banks. You may have forgotten about it. Are you listening? Hello, semblance. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Are you listening? So this is Donald Trump. I think this was last year, maybe the year before. Talking about Liz Cheney. Now listen, someone just posted a picture saying 8647, which could be removed, right? I think it's pretty clear what Donald Trump is saying right here explicitly. So again, the hypocrisy of it all and the privilege to be able to say whatever he wants to with impunity. Check it out. Here it is.
And I don't blame him for sticking with his daughter, but his daughter is a very dumb individual, very dumb. She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face. You know,
did you hear that? Barrels and guns trained on her face. And now he is, he's got his panties all in a bunch about James Comey. So speaking of panties in a bunch, this is not funny, but this is what Don Jr. tweeted. Remember when Paul Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi's husband, was attacked in his home? Don Jr. tweeted this out. Got my Paul Pelosi Halloween costume ready. Isn't Don Jr. out there, correct me if I'm wrong, producers, isn't he out there posting all about his dad and James Comey? Am I correct? Isn't he being hypocritical about that?
Yes, he's been crying all morning. He was crying all last night, saying that the former FBI director is hatching a plot to kill his father.
Oh my God, my daddy. Okay, look, Don Jr., first of all, I have never said this. So Don Jr. posted this. First of all, Don Jr., where did you get those dingy white drawers from? Those are probably his. If he's posting this, let's just say he got him. He did say it's his. He said, I got my Paul Pelosi Halloween costume ready. So one would think that these dingy ass tidy whities all ripped up to shreds, Hanes, not sexy, that they are Don Jr. And with a hammer, probably the biggest hammer that's ever been near Don Jr.'s drawers. Did you? I think you heard me. I didn't stutter, and I didn't laugh. I want to know where you got them dingy drawers from. Because by the time your drawers get to be, how did they get? I've had drawers that are old and they don't look that dingy. I've never had a pair of drawers that look that dingy and old, Don Jr. Where'd you get them? Gross. Enough of that. Thank you very much. We shall move on. We have other stories to cover, but come on, MAGA, don't be so hypocritical. You know the shit that Donald Trump says. You know the shit. No, I said dingy drawers, but you know we say black folks say draws. Where you get them dingy draws from? Anyway, don't be so hypocritical. Don't. Because Donald Trump and MAGA and all of the folks who are involved, they say the most vile shit all the time. Not just the people who are close to Donald Trump, but the MAGA supporters. They think they can say anything they want about anybody. Look at the stuff that they said about Joe Biden. It was not nice. Look at what the guy did, has Joe Biden hogtied in the back of a truck. It wasn't the first one like that we have seen. There's more. And you see it always at the MAGA rallies. And it's all over their t-shirts, all over their merch. They say shit all the time. So don't get your drawers all in a bunch. Okay? So the Don Lemon Show is brought to you by the Freedom from Religion Foundation. Even though some people, especially the MAGA folks, they need Jesus. But anyway, I'll digress. The Don Lemon Show is brought to you by the Freedom from Religion Foundation because we have to keep church and state separated in this country. That's what our founding fathers intended for us to do, is to keep church and state separated. And religious nationalism, the religious nationalists, they are trying to do it. The MAGA folks, they are trying to do it. Incorporate religion into our laws. And so that is where the Freedom from Religion Foundation comes in. Think of the Freedom from Religion Foundation as the GPS for keeping church and state in separate lanes, just like our founders actually intended for it to be. You guys know how I feel about this. I wrote a book about it. And that was one of the reasons I wrote the book, is because of this. So whether you've always been secular or you've left religion behind, if you don't want someone else dictating the trip for you, FFRF has your back. So join us. Go to ffrf.us/freedom or text my first name, Don, D-O-N, to 511-511 and become a member today. Text Don to 511-511 or go to ffrf.us/freedom. Because when it comes to freedom, we all deserve to choose our own route. For membership information, text Don, D-O-N, to 511-511 today. Text fees may apply. We live in a country that provides us religious freedom. And so therefore, the Freedom from Religion Foundation plays a very important role in keeping that. 120 Life also is a sponsor of today's program. Let me take a sip. So you guys have been seeing I had the 120 Life. I had the bottle of it, right? And it is delicious. And then that's a powder form that you can make. You can make a big one, whatever. You can do the little thing, okay? And why do I do that? Why do I take that? Because it helps to lower my blood pressure. It helps to take care of, to normalize my blood sugar level. Because every once in a while, I'll get a little bit of a sweet tooth or whatever, and I shouldn't. Look, by the way, if you don't, my dad, my real dad, when I was a kid, died of complications from diabetes. My mother has diabetes. My dad died from complications of diabetes, and it is important that you control diabetes. It is that blood pressure, high blood pressure is the number one risk factor for mortality. 120 Life is a blend of great tasting superfruit juices that have been shown to actually help lower your blood pressure. It is not just for high blood pressure. It's also beneficial for health conditions like diabetes. 120 Life is trusted by healthcare professionals with hundreds of doctors recommending it help manage blood pressure naturally, okay? It provides visible, measurable changes to blood pressure. You can use a simple monitor at home to track your progress. For a limited time, you should try 120 Life, and you can save 20% off. Just use the code DON, D-O-N, at checkout for 120life.com. 120 Life offers a risk-free trial with a full refund if you don't see lower numbers in 2 weeks. Go to 120life.com. 120life.com, and then use the code word DON to save 20%. There's nothing to lose except your high blood pressure numbers. Go to 120life.com and use the code DON to save 20% off. And remember, you must use the code DON to get the special offer. This is serious. This is your life we're talking about. 120 Life can help. So those are our sponsors. Now, thank you, sponsors. Appreciate you helping the show. Okay, let's talk about some other stuff. Where do you guys think we should go? Should we do maybe we should save the other thing for last. What do you think? Should we save the reality show for last, or maybe we need to do the reality show? Let's do the reality show. Okay, because have you guys heard about this immigrant reality show? Have you guys, let's put up, there's a Wall Street Journal article. It says, Wall Street Journal article says, the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, is considering a reality show where immigrants compete for citizenship. Can you believe that? A reality show where immigrants, sorry, wait. My mom is texting me. My mom says, I don't have diabetes. I have high blood pressure. I mixed it up, Mom. I'm sorry. My dad died of diabetes. My mom has high blood pressure. I'm sorry, Mom. I love you. Okay. Anyways, Mom. Anyway, she saw on her text. She sent me the thing of James Comey too. Anyways. Okay. So, Department of Homeland Security is considering a reality show where immigrants can compete for citizenship. Can you believe this? Someone said Hunger Games. They know. Our Black Utopia says Hunger Games. Now, look, I'm not that familiar with Hunger Games. I know what it is. I never saw the movie. This is so inappropriate. Can you believe? Everyone thought this was a joke. I thought it was a joke until I saw the Wall Street Journal reporting it. And then I saw the Daily Beast. Andy. And then I saw the Daily Beast reporting it. Kristi Noem wants migrants to compete for citizenship on new reality show. And then I saw the Independent reporting it. And they are calling her, by the way, the Daily Mail calls her Ice Barbie. Kristi Noem's DHS considering U.S. citizen reality show amid criticism of made-for-TV style. Crazy. And then this TikToker is talking about this immigrant reality show. I love it when the people talk about it. Here we go.
Reality show where immigrants compete for citizenship. They are considering a reality show where immigrants humiliate themselves for other people's enjoyment for citizenship. And they got the idea from a Duck Dynasty producer. Every day it gets more dystopian, and I wonder, how could it get worse? And every day this country humiliates us even further.
I mean, it's true. Everybody thought it was fake, right? Did you guys tell me in the chat, did you think it was fake? Like when they were talking to me about this, I'm like, this can't be real, guys. No way. And then I started looking it up and I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now, someone says she's not wrong. What do you mean she's not wrong? Do you think they should compete? Do you guys think that they should compete? That there should? Is there anybody out there who likes this idea of an immigrant reality show or migrant reality show or whatever it is? Because you know, Kristi Noem, who is Ice Barbie, she loves to cosplay as an ICE agent. So Jay Smirkin, you thought it was fake too, right? Hell no. Do you guys like it or not? No, thank you. Okay, so listen. In this day and age, you cannot write this shit. Like you don't know what is comedy and what is real, right? What is fake and what is real? What is a joke and what is not a joke? Because, let's see. Okay, so back in, I think it was 2020, I think it was 2012, 2014 or something like that. This comedian named Kathleen Madigan. Do you guys know that? This was 13 years ago, at least, but at least it was on the internet, but it may have been more than that. But this is when I saw it on the internet. Years ago. This is comedy imitating life. Here it is.
There's easy answers to things, but no one thinks of them. Illegal immigration, now Arizona's going crazy. We don't have to build walls. We don't even have to make laws. I say we turn illegal immigration into a reality show where we vote people in and we vote people out. Americans would get involved then they'd care. And
Pause. Can you believe this? Satire is lost on MAGA. This is real. This is a Twilight Zone. This is Kathleen Madigan at least 13 years ago. Just back it up a little bit so that we don't miss out on it. But when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh. I remember seeing or hearing something like this before, and then ding, 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 ding. I went to the interwebs, and this is what I found. Here it goes.
Involved then they'd care. And because I think we can all agree there's a lot of illegal immigrants that are already here that work really hard, and we would like it if they stayed. And I think we can also all agree there's a lot of Americans that haven't really panned out. So we just start voting, and then Ryan Seacrest can announce the results at the end of American Idol. He'd be like, joining us this week is Juan Gonzalez. He's been hiding in a garage in Buffalo for 11 and a half years, but apparently he's an eye doctor. Leaving us this week, she has 8 new babies and 6 she already couldn't afford. Say goodbye to the Octomom, America. Say goodbye to the
Okay, so look, that is comedy imitating life, or life imitating comedy. And apparently, again, according to the reports, they are considering it. Now, Kristi Noem, God, my goodness. If there's anyone that I would like to see voted off the island, it would be her. And also Marjorie Taylor Greene, but it would be her as well. And for reasons, perhaps she thinks that she is in a reality show. I think that Kristi Noem fashions herself as Kris Jenner. She would rather be Kristi Jenner than Kristi Noem, right? Because you see her out there, as I say, cosplaying. Do we have the photos of her on the boat? I don't know if do we have her on the boat? She's driving the boat.
We don't have her, unfortunately.
With the ICE agents. It's somewhere. Can we find that? We have her with the ICE agents, and then she's driving the boat. We played it here before. And it's like, why on earth is she doing that? And then we have her taking pictures and doing press ops in front of prisoners, people who are locked up. Here it is.
I want everybody to know, if you come to our country illegally, this is one of the consequences you could face. First of all, do not come to our country illegally. You will be removed and you will be prosecuted. But know that this facility is one of the tools in our toolkit that we will use.
What is the point of that? What is the purpose? Is the cruelty the point? Look, come on, y'all, look, come on now. So she thinks that she is Christy Kardashian. That's what she thinks. Look at her. I think the evidence is clear. Why on earth would she be out there taking all of these pictures? Okay, is that her? I think that's her piloting a helicopter. And then that's her on horseback. Then there's her piloting the boat, captaining the boat. Then there's her with a rifle, an assault-style military rifle. And then, oh, she's on a farm. She thinks she is a reality star rather than the head of the Department of Homeland Security. It's not Ice Barbie. I'm coining Christy Kardashian. She thinks she is Christy Kardashian. And besides that, I would like to see her voted off the island. Because let's wait. I would like to see her voted off the island because, one, this thing, she was doing an interview on the morning shows, and you guys know she was talking about what? The dog. She's a puppy killer, and she defended it. Here it is.
Adult working dog. It was an adult working dog. And this is a humane manner according to the American Veterinarian Society. Every state in the country has a law that allows what I did. And the purpose of telling this.
It's a humane way to shoot the dog?
Yes, the purpose of telling the story was so that people would know I don't pass my responsibilities on to anybody else. It was a
You guys remember that, right? Christy Kardashian. I am, look, I have to say, these who don't like to say, I agree with people when they say things that are controversial, say whatever, but I agree with Whoopi. Roll it.
Sides of the aisle do not agree on much right now, but they have been united in outrage over South Dakota's Governor Kristi Noem's confession that she shot her 14-month-old puppy dog dead because she couldn't train it. Give it back, bitch, give it back. Why are you gonna kill it? And she says
I agree with her. That's it. Give it back. Give it back. She said the other word. Now let Whoopi say it. Maybe we should call her Kristi Noem Skull. Let me know if you like Kristi Noem Skull or Kristi Kardashian. There was also one where she threatened to kill Biden's dog. Noem threatens to kill Biden's dog. Okay, we don't need to see any of that. But this is one of the reasons why I think she should be voted off the island. I don't know what 86 means or whatever, and I don't mean anybody should be unalived, but if there's anybody that should be canceled or removed from their position, not unalived, but canceled or removed from their position, I think it is Kristi Noem. Especially when she can't answer questions, especially when they ask her questions, they ask her questions about due process for Argo Garcia. Could not answer the question. Asked her if the tattoo on his hands, the photo of the tattoo, if it had been doctored. She couldn't answer that question. Did not answer it. Asked her if she was trying to bring back the makeup artist, the gay makeup artist or gay stylist, his mom doesn't even know she's alive. He's alive. She couldn't answer that. She couldn't even answer a question about a child with cancer that was deported. Okay? This is why I think she should be removed and that she should be voted off the island. Watch.
Stop filibustering.
By gang members of MS-13.
Will you give Mr. Argo Garcia?
No, not Argo Garcia, the child one. The child one.
Madam Secretary, thank you, Mr. Burnett. 2 weeks ago, your agency deported a 4-year-old American citizen in a stage 4 cancer battle. What are you doing to get him back to the country so he can get his treatment?
Congressman, this mother wished to keep her family together and to take her child with her. So as every single person is given the opportunity to, medical care is given throughout the process.
Okay. So it sounds like
and
nothing.
For this child, medical care was confirmed in their home country so that it would continue. And those treatments and whatever needs were needed to be had into the future were confirmed to be provided there before.
That child's home country is the United States. Do you believe you have a right to deport a U.S. citizen?
That mother chose to keep her family together, and that is what President Trump is focused on.
That's not the facts of the case.
Yes, it is the facts.
Madam Secretary, moving on.
Confirmed that she wanted to keep
have
her
a
child
right
with her, and our family.
Did you guys see that hearing yesterday? We played some of it, but I don't know if you can play enough of it. So just, Andy, the one, do you have the tattoo one up there? Because I think we should play it. Because even though we played it before, this just shows you just the gall, the unmitigated gall that they have, and that they don't care about anyone but themselves, that the cruelty is the point. She doesn't think that she has to answer questions. She doesn't answer to anyone she believes, but the president of the United States. This woman is ridiculous. I think I like Kristi Noem Skull more than anything. Let's let this play out because I don't think you can see it enough. This is her. Remember when Donald Trump did the interview, and also before the interview, he held up this thing and he goes, "This is a picture of Argo Garcia. This is proof that he is MS-13. Look, it's on his fingers. Look right here. It says MS-13." Okay, so that was a picture he held up in the Oval Office. Then he does an interview with ABC News, and they ask him about it, and they say, "Hey, look," he goes, "There was MS-13 on his fingers," and the guy's like, "No. This wasn't MS-13. Those were letters that were put there. They were altered. That photograph was altered. They were just showing you. They believe that's what those symbols are." He didn't get it. There was MS-13 on his fingers. Wait a minute. He couldn't. This guy was like, "Let's move on because that's not what it says. Let's just move." No, there was MS-13 on his fingers. So after that, I'm sure someone had a talk with him and explained it to him perhaps, but he believed it like a numbskull. And then Kristi Noem, when she was asked about it in a hearing, she couldn't answer the question. She couldn't answer it properly because had she done it, she would have what? Contradicted her boss or showed just how dumb and stupid Donald Trump is. Check it out. This is at the hearing, her not being able to answer the question.
Madam Secretary, you have an important job. I think you have one of the most important jobs in the cabinet. Thank you for doing it. I want you to have credibility and be taken seriously as you do the job. And so I want to put to rest this question about Mr. Garcia in this photo that the president posted on April 21. Madam Secretary, you agree that the letters MS and the number 13 in Times Roman numeral font, that they are doctored on this photo, right?
Congressman Argo Garcia.
No, I'm just asking about this photo.
It wasn't based off of tattoos. It was based off an entire case.
And I'll accept that
case against him.
For the purpose of this question. You agree, though, that this is doctored. Is that right?
The same protocols that are
Madam
applied
Secretary,
to every
I want you to have
with
credibility,
law
and
enforcement.
I want you to be taken seriously. Is this doctored or is it not
Sir,
doctored?
I am taken quite seriously
Is it
because
doctored
I approach
or
my
not
job
doctored?
with the importance that the president has given me to do
I understand.
my job.
Is it doctored or not
One thing
doctored?
that's important to remember is that every single time a case is built,
Madam Secretary, I have a
individuals
7-year-old,
in
a
the same
6-year-old, and a 3-year-old. I have a bullshit detector. I'm just asking you, is this doctored or not doctored?
Sir, the protocols in the case built against
Can you
Argo
answer the
Garcia
question?
were exactly the same.
Madam Secretary,
I don't have
you're-
any knowledge as to that photo you're pointing to.
Okay, can you
I
take
don't,
her,
sir.
can you show her the photo? Walk her the photo down there. No, that one. Please take a look at this photo. It was tweeted by the president on April 21. It's been hanging out there for about a month.
So what is your point?
My question is the numbers and the letter MS-13. Could you look at the photo, please? It's right in front of
Are
you.
you saying Argo Garcia is not a wife beater?
No, ma'am.
That he's not a criminal.
Ma'am,
He's not a human trafficker, and
ma'am,
he's not a member of MS.
You vouched for Mr. Garcia when
You're
your team
vouching for
said,
a man
ma'am, you
that
vouched
is a
for him when
known
you said he
violent
was mistakenly deported. I didn't vouch for him.
I did not say
In that
he
photo,
should have been deported. Absolutely.
It's so
There was
telling
never a
that you
mistake
won't look at the
deport him,
photo.
and we will not be bringing
Was
him back
it
to
doctored
this
or not?
in staying here. If
Can
he
you
comes
look to
back
your
the
right
country, he
at
would
the
be
photo in
deported
front
right
of you?
away.
Madam Secretary, can you look to the right at the photo in front of you?
I have seen this
Okay.
photo as you held it behind your head.
Thank you. And the letters MS and the numbers 13, are those
Is
doctored
this your
or
entire
not?
testimony today is on a doctored photo? You don't want to talk about the facts?
Okay,
The
so
importance of our national security?
You acknowledge it was
Do
doctored.
to make sure that the United States is protected?
Madam Secretary,
from
this is not a
violent
hard question.
criminals?
Are those doctored or not?
Sir,
is that actually on his hand or not?
This is unbelievable to me that you're focused.
It's unbelievable to me that you can't look at the photo and tell the American
I looked
people.
at the photo, but I don't have any knowledge as to this photo.
Okay, so it's been hanging out there for 4 weeks. You are one of the chief law enforcement officials in the country. What have you done to investigate whether the president misrepresented the reason that that person has been detained?
Sir,
have
we
you
spend our
done
time-
anything to try and figure out whether that was doctored or not?
The mission of the Department of Homeland Security is to secure our nation and to make sure that we're out there going after those that are the worst of the worst, the criminals, the bad actors. Argo
Yes.
Garcia.
So the answer is
a
you've done
known
nothing to
terrorist,
correct the
member
president.
of MS-13, a wife
Okay.
beater, and a human trafficker that should never have been in this country to begin with.
So, Madam Secretary, thank you, Mr. Burnett.
Okay, so I wanted to put. It's just so frustrating. I just wanted you to see it in full because I interrupted as I played it on previous shows. Now, the MAGA folks, I'm sure, I haven't seen it, but the MAGA folks, I'm sure, are out there saying, she handled him, she's good. She sounded like an idiot. And it was just very transparent. By the way, and there was a very similar exchange that happened in the hallway with Mark Wayne Mullen when asked about the Qatari plane, the plane that Qatar wants to give the sponsors of terrorism, that they want to give Donald Trump a plane. And he's saying he doesn't have a problem with it. And they're like, he owned the reporter. And it's like, no, he makes himself look like an idiot. And by the way, that was Kristi Noem. Now, let me just show you. MAGA has a way of doing things to you. This is the magnification of Kristi Noem. When I tell you reality, when I say that she wants to be Christy Kardashian or Ice Barbie or whatever it is, I mean, wow. I'm just saying. Kristi Noem skull. So, folks, just want to tell you a couple things. You can see that I have energy, that I don't have brain fog this morning, and that is because I have been drinking my Beam Dream powder at night. I've been telling you guys about it. It has really changed my sleep, which I know this sounds weird, but it could change my life because I have trouble sleeping. I get brain fog, and I also coffee. Do you guys know? I guess it's coffee. I've never really take just caffeine things, and maybe tea is the same thing. If I drink like a caffeinated tea with caffeine in it, my stomach gets so upset, like I want to, And if I do coffee, I get so jittery and scattered. It changes my entire personality. Okay, every once in a while I will do a coffee because I'll need it, but it's better if you just get sleep and you have natural energy. Okay, so that's why I turned to Beam's Dream Powder. It's a natural sleep blend designed to help you get the deep restorative rest your body and mind need to stay in the fight. With science-backed ingredients like reishi, magnesium L-theanine, apigenin, and melatonin, Dream helps you fall asleep. It helps you stay asleep and you wake up ready to organize, resist, and raise hell like me without the fog or the crash. Since I started using Dream, my focus has come back. My energy returned. I'm ready to face today, ready to stand up for the things that matter. And I'm not only the only one, because Beam's Dream Powder has improved over 17.5 million nights of sleep for people all across this country. It tastes great. It's smooth. There are different flavors. Right now, I'm on the chocolate one. As soon as I'm done with that, I'll do the other one. I think it's blueberry or something. Right now, Beam is offering up to 40% off their best-selling Dream Powder for my listeners. So it is a limited time offer. Perfect way to overcome that exhaustion and stay in the fight every day. Go to shopbeam.com and use the code LEMON at checkout. That's shopbeam.com/lemon and use the code LEMON for up to 40% off. Sleep well, wake up ready. The fight continues. So I've been sleeping well. It's important. It really is important to get a good night's sleep. And this stuff has been helping me. Remember, I tell you in this program, I'm not going to have any sponsors that I don't approve of, not just for ad, whatever, to get ad revenue. It is because I believe in them. Just like I believe in BetterHelp.com. So BetterHelp.com/Don Lemon. Let me tell you, you guys know how I feel about mental health. And I don't think that we can run this ad enough. I would like them to be a sponsor always, because I think that is a big issue for a lot of people in all communities. People don't think that they need to talk to someone. They don't think that they need therapy. They don't take mental health seriously enough, and they believe there's a stigma in doing it. Everything that's going on in the world right now, it is really important to protect your mental health. You need to do it. So seeking mental health or finding a therapist or someone to talk to can be a monumental task, and also be extremely expensive, but not with BetterHelp. They've got a special offer just for us. There was a recent survey that found that 26% of Americans have avoided mental health support due to fear or judgment. They have a special offer for folks who are with the Don Lemon Show, the Lemonheads, okay? You can get the services of that's already helped 5 million people in the world. More than 10 years of experience matching people with the right therapist for their diverse network of more than 30,000 licensed professionals. With BetterHelp, therapy is within reach. Your mental health is worth it. And with today's divisive and overwhelming environment, taking care of yourself has never been more important. So we're all better with BetterHelp. We're all better with help. BetterHelp.com/Don Lemon. BetterHelp.com/Don Lemon gets you 10% off of your first month. That is BetterHelp.com/Don Lemon. All these things you can try. You can't lose. Either you get your money back or you get a huge discount. Now, speaking of getting your money back, I don't know if you are right now, especially if you are of a certain economic background. If you don't have a high income, if you're not a millionaire or billionaire, then you're probably going to have some problems as it relates to taxes, because the reports are that the Republicans' mega bill to enact President Donald Trump's agenda it began coming together this week as a trio of committees released, debated, and approved critical pieces of legislation that House leaders hope to bring to a vote as soon as next week. Well, apparently it's having some problems, okay? Because they're trying to push this package through. Republican tensions escalate to a boiling point on SALT tax fight in Trump's big bill. The fight has pitted the GOP's top tax writer against a determined bloc of House Republicans from high tax states. It has also created divisions between the pro-SALT Republicans. Let's continue on and talk about what is going on here. So the House Republicans are locked in this tense standoff. And this is is this the Washington Post that's reporting this? I believe. They're in a tense standoff here. Oh, this is NBC News reporting it. Over how to tackle the federal deduction for state and local taxes, or SALT as it is called, a sticky issue that could make or break the party's big bill for President Donald Trump's agenda. When I said at the beginning of the show, perhaps James Carville is right, that they will just destroy and defeat themselves if you let them. The ongoing fight has not only pitted Republican Jason Smith, which is a Republican from Missouri, the chair of the tax writing House Ways and Means Committee, against determined bloc of House Republicans from high tax blue states. It has also created divisions between the pro-SALT Republicans, undercutting their negotiating leverage and complicating the path to a deal. Peter, I want you to come on and help me with this, because it is pitting what people who are sort of in swing states, right? Which is, what do you call it? The majority, what majority?
The majority makers.
The majority makers, the folks who are like Mike Lawler here in New York, which is, Mike Lawler is like a toss-up. Like a Republican can win that district or a Democrat can win that district. And so it happens that a Republican did, okay. But then in these high Republican states, they're not a Republican majority makers. But there is a tension, and the boiling point is over what?
It's over SALT, the state and local taxes, as you laid out a second ago, Don. And what's so frustrating for not just me as an observer to this whole process, but to Mike Johnson in particular, is that he needs to keep his majority makers happy. And why is that? Because take a look at their name. They are the people who actually allow him to be empowered. They are the folks who make the majority. So you'd think that he would allow their priorities to be a priority in this big reconciliation bill. One problem, the majority makers are hated by the Tea Party. Yep. And the Tea Party is going to fight tooth and nail and may very well sink this bill because, let's be honest, they're Looney Tunes, and they would almost rather the majority makers lose their seats, and by extension, the Republicans lose their majority, just so they can act like children.
Mm-hmm. They are for or against this SALT tax?
The Tea Party is very against extending SALT tax benefits. The majority makers need it and will likely lose re-election if they do not keep it in the new tax bill.
Well, the majority makers want it because they are in swing districts, and a lot of their constituents are Democrats. And a lot of their constituents, quite frankly, I think probably are money makers. And the SALT tax in cities like New York really helped people and homeowners here, that they would get this money back at the end of the year. It helped them tax-wise, and it helped their pocketbooks. Am I off on that?
No, you're correct. And just to hone in on that for one more second, because I still am seeing people in the chat ask, what is SALT? So SALT, I'll just repeat one more time, is the state and local tax benefit. And what it does in effect is, if you live in a state like New Jersey or a state like New York, where you have tremendously high state and local taxes, you're allowed to cite that and use it as a deduction for your federal taxes. That's why it's so important for folks like Mike Lawler, who live in districts where if they don't get the SALT benefit extended, all of their constituents are going to be paying a heck of a lot more money come tax day.
Yep. Nikki and I were just talking about this yesterday, about living and moving to places. I was like, well, maybe I should move the business to Florida. Do you guys know how much taxes we pay here in New York? And when they got rid of that SALT, And people were like, holy crap, or at least the deduction is what we're talking about. They got rid of that and people were like, holy crap. That caused people's income, the real earning, what they actually bring home to, I mean, really drop because they relied upon that. People who live in blue states, mostly because they're big cities, right? And they have these really high state and local taxes, rely on this deduction to, be able to make ends meet. And so this is a huge thing. And so Republicans, they could sabotage or torpedo their own bill. So all I have to say to you is stay tuned to that. The sticking points is the biggest problem for the tax plan for now is that state and local tax deduction. The bill would triple the current $10,000 limit on the cap to $30,000. But a group of holdout Republicans from high tax states like New York, like where we are, have demanded an even higher increase to the cap, a challenging prospect for Republican leaders who also need the support of conservatives who hate the expensive tax break. Also, scaling back Medicaid. The bill makes major changes to reduce the cost of health insurance program for the poor and the disabled. The centerpiece of the efforts to is a strict work requirement for childless adults without disabilities, which would require beneficiaries to document 80 hours of monthly work or prove that they qualified for an exception or else risk losing their benefits. Those new rules would not kick in until 2029 after the next presidential election. So they want to reduce Medicaid funding they want to reduce Medicaid funding to states that use their own tax revenues to provide health coverage to undocumented immigrants, a change that could affect financing for 12 mostly Democrat-controlled states. So they want to reduce Medicaid in this bill, and there are issues over state and local taxes. And now Democrats could sabotage their own bill. So all I say on that is stay tuned. Also, this is something I think that is really important that's playing out. I noticed this. Do we have the thing that I sent last night from the boss?
Yes, I have it.
Donald Trump is up in arms about something because Bruce Springsteen was performing. And Bruce Springsteen, he's the boss. You don't get any. Do you get any more? I mean, weigh in on this, guys. Do you get any more American, part of Americana than Bruce Springsteen and Billy Joel?
That's human apple pie.
I mean, come on. That's America right there. Bruce Springsteen's not so happy with America right now. He says the country that he loves. Here he is.
In my home, the America I love, the America I've written about, that has been a beacon of hope and liberty for 250 years, is currently in the hands of a corrupt, incompetent, and treasonous administration. In America, they are persecuting people for using their right to free speech and voicing their dissent. This is happening now. In America, the richest men are taking satisfaction in abandoning the world's poorest children to sickness and death. This is happening now. In my country, they're taking sadistic pleasure in the pain that they inflict on loyal American workers. They're rolling back historic civil rights legislation that led to a more just and plural society. They're abandoning our great allies and siding with dictators against those struggling for their freedom. A majority of our elected representatives have failed to protect the American people from the abuses of an unfit president and a rogue government. They have no concern or idea of what it means to be deeply American. The America that I've sung to you about for 50 years is real. And regardless of its faults, is a great country with a great people. So we'll survive this moment.
Bruce Springsteen is in England. He's in the UK. I look at that. Look, I know the sound was a little low, but I hope you heard. Where's the lie? Bruce Springsteen is calling this administration treasonous. He's in England, as I said. He's in the UK, and he's calling the administration treasonous. Guess who's not happy about it? Posting this. I see that highly overrated Bruce Springsteen, a highly overrated Bruce Springsteen. Donald Trump, you don't even have a smidge, a pinky of the talent that Bruce Springsteen has. I see that a highly overrated Bruce Springsteen goes to a foreign country to speak badly about the president of the United States. Never liked him, never liked his music or his radical left politics. And importantly, he's not a talented guy. Just a pushy, obnoxious jerk who fervently supported crooked Joe Biden mentally, blah, blah, blah. Okay. First of all, you guys can see it. First of all, he says he needs to keep his mouth shut. So I guess the freedom of speech warriors don't like it when you say things about them that they don't like. Then they don't believe in freedom of speech. He talks about radical left and all this. You guys know, you know that Donald Trump is not a real Republican, right? And he has never been a real Republican. He became a Republican so that he could run for president and win, because he knew Democrats would see through his bullshit, and they knew that he was a bullshit artist, and they would just laugh him off the stage. But Republicans, they liked his populist things. They liked that, they saw him as a Trojan horse to get their shit through. So they're using him maybe almost as much as he's using them. But Donald Trump is not a Republican. He is not he may be registered Republican, but he's not a conservative. Let me correct that. He's not a conservative, not in the traditional sense, not in the MAGA sense. The folks who are supporting him and calling themselves MAGA, Donald Trump doesn't believe in what you believe in. But anyway, so now he's blasting Bruce Springsteen, who America loves, and who is right about Donald Trump. Trump is a prop. Thank you very much in the chat. Bruce is totally correct. So that's what I will leave you with this morning, this Friday morning. I think you're all caught up. It's almost the weekend. Living for the weekend. Yes, I am ready for the weekend. So I will tell you, we're going to be back here at 5 o'clock live, even though it's a weekend. It is our Sour Lemon show. So if you have any candidates, if you have any nominees, let us know. We're ready. Okay. So look, welcome to all the new members. A lot of folks have been gifting memberships. I saw that some people gifted memberships. BC became a member. Welcome, BC. Bluebird said something. Chris McCann became a new member. There was someone who gifted like 5 memberships. I just saw them up there earlier. Oh, gifted 10 memberships. That's Michelle. Or Michaela or Michelle, I can't remember. And Cynthia Mann. Because of their generosity, there's going to be 15 people who get to become members of Elimination. So thank you so much for that. We appreciate your support. Welcome to all the members. And you guys, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you follow us on all our platforms. Okay? So, and what is should I start calling her Kristi Noem Skull? Or Reality Barbie? You guys let me know. Okay? In the meantime, turn the TV off. Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you